Well, a local family attorney weighing in on the recent study done by the University of The Bahamas on the prevalence of marital rape and sexual abuse in the Bahamian context. Constance McDonald K.C. arguing that a covenant marriage contains stipulations for spouses to follow and adds that the answer to the problem that is marital rape is not stiffer penalties. Our Raven Davis has the details in this report.
Family law attorney Constance McDonald K.C. calling into question the results of a newly published survey by the University of the Bahamas suggesting that 1 in 12, or around 4,000 married women, have been raped by their spouses.
In checking with a lot of different places, we trying to figure out where did the information come from exactly.
That is the reaction of McDonald, who adds that she, along with fellow colleagues, were shocked upon learning of the figures, though she contends that the implication is not that women aren't being raped.
Well, first of all, we didn't have marital rape in the Bahamas in the first place, and that's one of the reasons why they're saying that the law needs to be amended. But we did have sexual assault under the Act, and in order to bring a charge of sexual assault, that has to be reported to the Attorney General. We weren't able to find any charges under the Sexual Offences Act for sexual assault.
Now, the Bahamas government recently drafting a bill intended to criminalize marital rape, but the move is not without dissenting views, some arguing that the sanctity of marriage should be preserved, others, however, going as far as to lobby for stiffer penalties, which the attorney asserts is not the answer.
The problem that I'm having is because in law, presently, right, you can get a divorce based on adultery. Now, if we're saying that a spouse doesn't have an obligation to have sex with the other one, then can you still use adultery as a grounds for divorce? The other thing is, if your spouse refused to have sex with you for 2 years, that's desertion. That's another ground for divorce. So, are we going to still be able to use desertion as a grounds for divorce?
Charging that a deeper and more sinister agenda is at play, she says that to stem the problem, a heightened focus needs to be placed on either strengthening marriages or strengthening women.
There are two types of marriages. One is a covenant marriage, which is a marriage according to the standards set by God, with God at the center of that marriage. And a lot of people get married in the church, but they really only married under the law. Marriage is one of the holy sacraments which was ordained by God, and God set standards for that marriage. Anything that God set standards for, the devil is going to try and counterfeit and destroy.
For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Raven Davis.